Ah, Bitcoin Maxis. Welcome back to your daily dose of delusion demolition. I see you've strapped on your laser-eyed goggles and poured another gallon of hopium into your cereal. But don't worry, Daddy George isn't here to judge much. Let's just say if denial were an Olympic sport, you'd all be swimming in gold medals while your portfolios sink to the bottom of the pool. Now, let's kick things off with this masterpiece of a chart. To the untrained eye, it looks like Bitcoin's doing the cha-cha slide into Valhalla. But to anyone with 2 brain cells and a basic understanding of gravity, it's a flaming dumpster rolling downhill, with style. Act 1, Bearish Divergence, Oregon. How to spot a train wreck in slow motion. First up, Bearish Divergence. The classic tale of price goes up, but momentum nopes out faster than a vegan at a steakhouse. The RSI is flashing more warnings than a Karen at a Walmart self-checkout. Higher highs on price? Check. Lower highs on momentum? Double check. Translation: Bitcoin's running on fumes, but Maxis are too busy mainlining Elon Musk memes to notice. But George, you cry, clutching your ledger wallet like a security blanket. The ETFs, the halving, the institutions. Oh, sweet summer child, let me remind you what happened the last time we saw this exact setup. November 2021, Bitcoin at 69k. The air thick with screams of "to the moon," then a faceplant so brutal it made Mount Gox look like a stubbed toe. Down to 15k we went, with Maxis still screeching "buy the dip" all the way to the bottom. But sure, this time it's different because BlackRock's here. Never mind that institutions aren't your friends. They're the guys showing up to the party with a vacuum cleaner to suck up your liquidity. They're not pumping your bags, they're unzipping them. Act 2. The Rising Wedge, a love story with a tragic ending. Next, let's gawk at this rising wedge, a pattern so bearish it makes a hibernating grizzly look optimistic. For those playing at home, a rising wedge is when price keeps edging upward, but each rally is weaker than a decaf espresso. It's Bitcoin's version of sprinting uphill in quicksand. Maxis, of course, see this as accumulation. Right. And I'm sure the Titanic's iceberg was just a cool networking opportunity. Let's get real. A rising wedge isn't a launch pad, it's a trapdoor. When this thing snaps, it's going to be glorious. We're talking 20k, maybe 15k, hell, throw in a side of margin calls and liquidations for flavour. And before you start typing, George is a paid fudster. In all caps, ask yourself, when has blind faith ever outsmarted a chart? The last time someone ignored a wedge this obvious, Noah was building an ark. Act 3. Institutions are the heroes, more like the villains in a horror movie. Let's address the elephant in the room. Institutional investors. Yes, the Wall Street saviors here to legitimize crypto. Newsflash, institutions aren't here to adopt Bitcoin, they're here to adapt it to their profit margins. Think about it. They're not buying Bitcoin, they're buying derivatives, futures, ETFs, products designed to let them bet against you while you're busy diamond-handing your way to bankruptcy. They're the house, and you're the guy at the blackjack table yelling, "I'm due for a win," as the dealer sweeps your chips away. And the ETFs? They're brilliant for Wall Street. They'll collect fees, manipulate premiums, and exit stage left when the music stops. Meanwhile, you'll be left holding a bag of digital gold that's shinier than fool's gold but just as worthless in a fire sale. Act 4. The Psychology of a Maxi, or How to Ignore Reality 101. Let's dive into the real problem here. Maxi mentality. It's not investing, it's a cult. A religion where the holy texts are tweeted by guys named Crypto God 69,420, and the sacrament is a $10 latte paid for with Bitcoin at a mall kiosk. You've got denial, it's just a correction. Spoiler, it's not. Magical thinking. The halving will moon us. Meanwhile, miners are dumping coins to pay electricity bills. Tribalism. Fiat is trash. Bitcoin fixes this. Yet you still pay rent in USD. It's like watching someone argue the earth is flat while their house burns down. The flames are just a government conspiracy. Here's the cold hard truth. Markets don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your Twitter threads, your HODL mantra, or your cringe YouTube thumbnails. All they care about is liquidity. And right now, you're the liquid. So what's the play? Respect the charts, divergence, wedges, volume drying up. It's all screaming danger. Ditch the dogma. Bitcoin isn't a religion, it's a volatile asset. Treat it like one. Prepare for pain. If you're leveraged, get out. If you're long, set stop losses. If you're all in, maybe, don't be. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the guy watching this circus from the sidelines, popcorn in hand, waiting for the "I told you so" moment. Go ahead, Maxis. Rage tweet me. Your tears fuel my shorts. And remember, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. But hey, at least you'll look cool with those laser eyes. Until the margin call hits, till next time, keep coping, keep hodling, and please, for the love of all that's decentralized, learn what a risk management strategy is. Drops chart, exit stage left.